Procrastination is one of the strangest things humans do. Think about it. You know what you need to do. You know the consequences of not doing it. You know life would be easier if you just got it done. And yet your brain says, yeah, but what if we just didn't? Procrastination is basically time travel, but the dumb version. Instead of traveling to the future to fix your mistakes, you travel to the future so your mistakes can punch you in the face. Let's be honest. Nobody procrastinates because they're lazy. People procrastinate because their brain loves drama. Your brain treats every task like a telenovela. You have a simple thing to do. Respond to an email, fold laundry, start an assignment, and your brain goes, what if instead we spiral emotionally for 6 hours and then panic violently at midnight? Your brain wants plot twist, character development, high stakes. It is allergic to normalcy. Here's the wildest part. Procrastination always feels terrible while you're doing it, but you keep doing it anyway. Nobody has ever procrastinated and thought, wow, this feels amazing. No. It feels like sitting in a burning room, sipping iced tea, and pretending everything is fine. And your brain sits next to you like, don't worry, future me will handle it. Future you, by the way, hates your guts. Procrastination is basically emotional debt. You borrow comfort now and pay for it later with interest, penalties, and emotional damage. Doing the task takes 20 minutes. Avoiding the task takes 8 hours and 3 mental breakdowns. That math is insane, but your brain loves it. Now let's talk psychology. But explain stupid, of course. The first reason people procrastinate is something called the temporal discounting effect. That's when your brain looks at a task and goes, yeah, that seems important, but it's not important right now. Your brain doesn't care about future consequences because future you is basically a separate person. Future you is like your roommate who always gets stuck cleaning up your mess. And your current brain is like, not my problem. The second reason, your brain is addicted to dopamine. Dopamine wants fun, excitement, stimulation, pleasure, chaos. Basically, anything except responsibility. Responsibility is not sexy. Responsibility is the beige cardigan of life. But dopamine is like, what if instead of doing this boring task, we watch 47 videos, check the fridge 6 times, and scroll TikTok until we forget who we are? And you're like, yes, that sounds reasonable. Third reason, perfectionism. Perfectionism is procrastination wearing a suit. It sounds smart, but it's actually just anxiety doing cosplay. I can't start unless it's perfect. It's just code for I'm scared of messing up. Your brain fears failure so much that it chooses the guaranteed failure of not trying over the possible failure of trying. Again, the math is insane. Fourth, task initiation. Your brain sees a simple task and treats it like a final boss battle. Starting is the hardest part. Once you start, momentum takes over. But that first step, your brain would rather fight a bear. And fifth, emotional regulation. This is the big one. Procrastination has nothing to do with the task. It has everything to do with the feelings you associate with the task. Stress, boredom, fear, uncertainty, pressure. Your brain isn't avoiding the task, it's avoiding the feeling of doing the task. It's emotional dodgeball. If a task feels bad, your brain defaults to escape mode. Let's personify what's happening inside your head. First, there's dopamine. Dopamine is that chaotic friend who texts you at 2 a.m. like, "You up? Let's do something stupid." It doesn't care about your deadlines. It wants entertainment right now. Dopamine is the leader of the resistance against productivity. Its slogans are things like, "We'll start in 5 minutes," and "We deserve a break," and "One more video won't hurt." Then there's anxiety. Anxiety sits in the corner breathing heavily, whispering, "If we try, we might fail. If we fail, we might die. So let's not try." Anxiety is dramatic. Anxiety has never reacted normally to anything. And finally, we have logic. Logic is the exhausted parent of the group. Logic keeps begging everyone to calm down. Logic has spreadsheets. Logic has plans. Logic has a dream of an organized life, but nobody listens to logic. Now it's story time. Picture this. You have a task. Just one task. It's not even a big task. Maybe it's cleaning your room. Maybe it's writing something. Maybe it's studying. You tell yourself, "I'll start in a minute." Then you blink, and suddenly it's 8 hours later. You've accomplished nothing. You feel worse, and you swear the universe is speeding up time just to spite you. Eventually, the anxiety kicks in. The deadline approaches. You're out of time. Now the brain flips into panic mode. Suddenly, you have the motivation of a superhero. You're sweating, shaking, typing 300 words per minute or doing chores at the speed of light. You're performing like you're being chased by wolves. This is the panic superpower. You could have done this calmly earlier, but no, your brain wanted the adrenaline high. Procrastination is like being a wizard who only has magic powers when the world is ending. You gain superhuman speed and focus, but only when you're suffering. It's tragic and stupid and relatable. Let's talk strategies. Stupid ones that work because your brain is stupid and needs stupid tricks. First, break the task into something so small it's almost disrespectful. Not clean your room, just pick up one sock. Your brain is like, I can do that. Once you start, momentum eats procrastination alive. Second, trick your brain with the just 5 minutes rule. Tell yourself you'll only work for 5 minutes. Your brain will agree because 5 minutes is nothing. But once you start, you'll keep going. Starting is the real boss battle. Third, remove the friction. Make tasks stupidly easy to begin. Put things where they're convenient. Lower the barrier. Set yourself up like a toddler. Fourth, kill the all or nothing mindset. You don't need the perfect plan. You don't need ideal conditions. You don't need the right energy, music, lighting, the mood. You just need to start. Progress beats perfection. Fifth, dopamine detox your environment. Your brain can't focus when surrounded by shiny distractions. Put your phone away. Close the tabs. Kick dopamine out of the room. Sixth, reward yourself. Your brain wants treats. Be like, hey brain, if we finish this, we get ice cream. Bribery works. Your brain is a child. Treat it like one. Seventh, forgive yourself. Shame makes procrastination worse. When you beat yourself up, your brain goes, this feels bad. Let's avoid tasks even harder. Be kind. Be patient. Be realistic. And here's the most important truth. Procrastination doesn't mean you're broken. It doesn't mean you're lazy. It means your brain is overwhelmed, scared, or resistant. It's an emotional response, not a moral failure. Your brain isn't trying to sabotage you. It's trying to protect you from discomfort. Unfortunately, it is incredibly stupid and does not understand how time works. So its protection strategy usually makes everything worse. But once you understand what's happening, you can stop letting procrastination run your life. You can interrupt the pattern. You can catch the moment where your brain says, let's wait until later, and say, nah, bro, we're doing it now. And when your brain tries to time travel into the future and dump all your responsibilities on the future you can laugh and say, I'm not falling for that. Future me deserves better. In the end, procrastination is just fear wearing pajamas. It feels powerful, but it's not. The moment you move, even a tiny bit, it loses all its strength. So next time your brain tries to convince you to wait, just start. Not tomorrow, not in an hour. Just start.